right, so map number 3. An unbelievable amount of clutches needed to drag us here to Vertigo. Fluffy AIMERS survived the scare on Inferno and their season stays alive. Can they take another scalp in Unjustified here in the lower bracket? It would be quite the upset. If I drop a Colt X from McHenry, there's a chance for a 2-0. Chance for Unjustified to move on along. I'll think too much about it, but they could be joined badass in elimination in just a moment. Wolfie, though, up close. Dual Berettas is going to open up with that first one. Crisp headshot and Arcade as well on these pistol rounds has always been a great player to have here for Unjustified. It's a 3v5.
Immediately finding themselves so much success here with the setups, but chasing things down with the Dilly sacrifice gonna fall, and it looks like the amount of firepower that we see here out of Unjustified gonna net them enough success here. Cyrix also positioned just nicely here to play off his contact, his teammates, and surely there's nothing else you can say about this one.
Yeah, Dual Beretta is probably gonna lock this in. Wolfie, triple kill for him with 2 guns. So the winner of this game, it's already been set. A bunch of matches have finished while we were on the break. As Boss take down Nouns in an overtime affair. M80 2-0 Party Astronauts. So the winner of this game will have to face off against Nouns. Difficult game ahead. For sure, but Unjustified, our team who have at least put some pressure onto those Nouns guys the last time they faced in the regular season.
I mean, talking about a team that, you know, took a tough loss to Badass. Boss, we're over in that Chicago event as well, and they got deleted by Badass. And now Badass are eliminated, and they stay in that upper bracket, which is really surprising. We're talking just a little bit more about this bracket. One more win for this recently unsigned team, and they are in EPL.
Yeah, that is wild. I mean, you know, wild card at a, you know, if you kept your team for a little bit longer, you might be in ESL Pro League. You know, I mean, definitely some bitter revenge for maybe your old organization for these Boss players. Of course, they do have to take down M80.
Right.
Down there, so no easy task, of course.
Yeah, like you said, the only team so far this season to take a map off them, but it wasn't a series still.
Yeah. Yeah, 34-1 there for M80.
Single blemish. And this action, though. First gun round rolling on off here for the side of Fluffy AIMERS. Are able to bring that out. They invested a lot into these deagles, as they often do on these second rounds. And so, as you can see, man, the first gun run rolls about, and they just have not a lot of utility here. Taking a lot of spam as well. That's sacrificing, peeping at around half HP. Losing out in these early fights.
Yeah, Justified. Definitely the more experienced team here on Vertigo. Fluffy AIMERS, you know, they're keen to play it on occasion, but it's just not worked every time they've picked it. But they do have at least the luxury of having close games versus solid teams. If they have some of that individual X factor, again, they were able to overpower Unjustified the previous map, and here we go. Jason entering here into this B site, keeping his team a threat, but backup from Wolfie arrives. Now a 3 versus 5, but a bit of hesitation here. Molly's gonna burn Seb out, force him for the fight. Wolfie, though, running and gunning. Helped out, though, by Learcy. Maybe another here. Hunting for these rotators, but he'll sacrifice himself. Well, for sacrifice, 1v3, getting spammed down through the smoke and out on 8 HP. It's just a fat chance with these MP9 swarming. 3-0 Unjustified.
Perfect. To deal with the bonus right there, able to close that one out successfully. You chase on in, but there's just so many numbers on that bomb site to deal with. Way too many players right around that corner, and at least you get a bomb plant, you get yourself something to go with, but definitely not a round conversion right there. Not a chance in this world that they'll let that slide.
But a bomb plant, nevertheless, here for Fluffy AIMERS is going to immediately lock in for another one. And look at the purchase. Who needs utility? AK armor for everyone. We got $3,700. That's enough for a full buy.
bring that on into the fray here. Keeping that pressure on here. Fluffy AIMERS clearly establishing a bit of a aggressive playstyle right now. Constantly looking to pressure the CT side. The smoke spam duels. They're not shying away here at all.
And, you know, a team with, like, literally no util and a dry fight was given to him. That is a wonderful sight to see. Now a boost up. Jason, up top. Wolfie flicks up. MP9 up close. The weapon for the job. 4-on-4 now.
It's a great way to even out the odds right there. Catching that early glimpse, but mid is being pressed upon here. Lear's going to take a double swing rolling on out, though. That
what?
So perfectly timed. Still wins the tough duel, though.
Doesn't even flinch when Wolfie's swinging him from up top. Cutting down the numbers. Honestly, you'd have to favor Fluffy AIMERS. Just able to work this map now, but all of Unjustified actually concentrate themselves in towards middle, and the flick down from Dia. Not enough! Nearly a triple kill from Wolfie. He almost got the ace with the MP9 right there. Peeping on 15. And 30 seconds. Swing out from Lake is gonna get the headshot in. What a round! What a first opening sequence here from Wolfie. 11-2.
Oh my god! Starts it off right here. Able to matrix some of those early duels, right? And then has to land the trade onto his teammates. But this is where you think it's over. He swings into 3 players right around that corner. But guess who walks away with all the damage? I felt like they couldn't easily find that fight because they were looking to avoid each other. They didn't want to, you know, do team damage, so they just end up not shooting him at all, and he gets away with so much right there.
Yeah, problematic spacing here from Fluffy AIMERS, just handing over these individual fights, and that's where Wolfie was taking advantage of those, and then when they do go for a coordinated swing, they're just lining up for each other. You can see that, you know, if you're trying to IGL here for Fluffy AIMERS, that round, there was nothing to work with because all these little individual plays just went sour. You know, 3 versus 3 goes out middle. You know, wide swing on a solo peek into the off angle from Wolfie. And no sufficient refragging, so gotta get him on the same page. Timeout called in to do just that, but maybe not the round to do it, as Jason trying to make moves through the smoke. Arcades will dismiss him.
Quickly passing the test right there. And more smoke spam winning out here from the CT side. They have done so far a near flawless job in this A side defense. And then you got Wolfie giving some resources here to just farm up. He's having himself his very own sacrifice moment. 13-2 here, 5 rounds deep.
This is huge right now. Look at the cash booming for Unjustified. I mean, sure, the kill reward bonus is certainly there for Wolfie. Staying on the MP9. An utter gamer. But this is a perfect CT side start. Just once you get the finances underneath you, you've set yourself up perfectly for a dominant half.
Absolutely. That is where they find themselves in right now.
Ace.
Not sure A play though.
Ace is fast. Cyrix back of the sandbags here. Molly dropped in. Wide swing though. Almost a double. Excellent damage and information. And then Wolfie, of course, solo on the B side, just picks off the lurk. Ooh. And then Arcade with wall bangs as well. Dia lining up utility. Swings into a couple others, though. And Peeping with the double entry to get him back into the round. That is what Fluffy AIMERS needed. That's the X Factor we're used to.
And this late clutch round right now. Want to get on the board. Peeping looks to deliver that success here. Oh, I'm going to be planted, but they lose him early.
The jump spot. Caught out. Learcy does make a reposition, however, but I think he got spotted on the fallback. Wolfie certainly knows where he is. Gets around the corner. And may have just been spotted. It's just going to be a defuse here. No kit, though, is the problem. Wide swing, though. Learcy gets the fight he wants anyways. Seb, though, he has the kit. And he's just going to go for the full stick. Learcy has to start spamming this smoke. Has to find a target, and he does. It's X Factor again from Fluffy AIMERS.
Not able to close that one out. Learcy gets around that corner. There was a second where I thought maybe he was spotted trying to make the retreat happen. Into a 5v, or a 4v2 rather, and look at this from Peeping, just dealing with these off angles so effectively. You think there's a position where Again, Lucy got spotted. It was actually Lake who I thought caught him on the flank right there. Lucy just about has it. And again, returning that favor with the body spam as well. This BM heading into this 3-map series, the elimination on the line, and that's exactly where you want to get into your opponent's head.
Now Peeping again, entry fragging. And again, these side hall players under pressure, like Arcade caught out. Peeping again won't find a double, but pressure's on. Or also the flank developing through the lower connectors here. Seb playing between the angles.
Like this sort of position here from Seb, saying, hey, we can just continue the stack, but does he want to press forward? That would be to his detriment. There's so much coverage for this flank right now that he has to just post up right now and hold off in this angle.
Yeah, but it's not advantageous for him. His shoulder gets spotted. He's very low. Learcy charging at him. And he will escape. In the meantime, Dia misses an op shot. Lake finds a double kill here on the site. And things going very south for Fluffy AIMERS. It's going to be a sprint on over. Learcy's going to have to do a lot of work here on the B end of things to hold things down, by time for sacrifice. But there's an op of Cyrix. Cuts the cross. 30 seconds and sacrifice just, you know, you feel dread once your teammate got picked up by the op. I think I'm just going to be next in line. He's going to make the shift walk forward. Cyrix is posted up. Skill's going to have to hit an insane shot. Maybe a jiggle peek. No. Cyrix won't get caught off by the wide swing. 6-1 now for Unjustified.
Ensuring safety right there. Making sure that things don't get too far out of the picture. Lake with a brilliant A-side defense. Also playing incredibly well. 10 kills for him. Wolfie on 15 right now. This duo far too deadly to deal with for Fluffy AIMERS right now. And, you know, Seb over towards that B side is maybe someone you want to target. He's still you have to frag, but even in that round, it felt like he had done so much to enable so much resources towards that A side defense. So, and plus, you know, it's hard to get kills when Wolfie's stealing all of them.
What? Okay, flying down. Jumping in, that's because he's Spider-Man. He's pulling the Spider-Man maneuver there.
I like the setup with the flashes right there from spawn, but it just is completely disrespected when Lake gets aggressive like that.
There's just no chance. It is a mauling on ramp at the moment. How's even Cyrix post? Oh, that should have been a shot landed. You gotta puppy guard the op just a little bit here. And yeah, Arcade's gonna make sure that doesn't fall into enemy hands, but surely not a 2v5, right? On half HP for everyone? Why does it feel possible? Oh my gosh, it's feeling possible, Cole. There's just no way. There's just no way, right? There's just no way! 2v5 action! Learcy now pushing forward. Close angle from Wolfie. Playing with the angles, it was so close, my goodness. It almost happened. 7-1 though, still a dominant lead.
Just want to be the first time that we've seen a little bit of a fold right there with these big man advantages. These massive positions that they put themselves in. It all just comes off of some small mechanical errors, some really nice shooting coming through from Jason. And Learcy to give it a little bit of hope there. To press the gas forward, but there's just too much to deal with. Unjustified stand too tall. 7-1 here to start in this decider, and the 4 spies will not stop Fluffy AIMERS. They know that they could win one of these rounds. They just need to start off a little bit better for themselves.
And look at this, like, investing full on into weaponry. Just kind of breaks my brain here. But again, dry fights, like, Unjustified do want to battle. They do want to stand behind these smokes, and smoke spam could work out. But Lake, he has been a terror on this ramp right now. Arcade standing with util in hand. Lake keeps going for wall bangs, though. But hold on, Jason's also found Wolfie. There are problems all across the map. Lake won't be able to survive. Seb, though, like, they just spread everywhere across the map. The bomb is still in forklift at the moment. Seven's gonna jump up, though, and take the battle. He knows he has a 1v1. He'll take the 1v1. Jason now in his own clutch.
Has himself a 2v1. And definitely a winnable one at that with the bomb in his control. As you can see, gonna claim that. Seb loud about his position. Very loud about it.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He just thunder stomps towards him, lets him know of his impending doom. And Dia goes down to 0 and 9 as a result here from Lake. Like, look at that. Long range now. Even almost goes for the third. It's confidence here from Unjustified. These rounds are scrappy, like, don't get me wrong, but the opening engagement, the call-off spawn is and has been good throughout.
Just gonna keep the force res rolling, I guess. Just gonna never letting off the gas just yet. For Fluffy Aimers, for better or for worse here, just not netting them rounds. Never left into the tools. You talked about Dia without an op for the majority of these rounds here, and Cyrix certainly not the case. Another opening from his op.
Okay. That rattles one off to find Learsy, but it is a B-side play. A bit of a contact block, but Seb takes advantage of it, like the individual fights being won here. Seb maneuvering through the entire execute, and Fluffy Aimers are just getting devastated here.
Gonna stop the force buying at that point? Surely this is their wake-up call. They don't have any resources, no utility to take this space. No, they're just gonna keep on buying?
Man.
Never calling in a save here. This is questionable.
They're burning up, man. They're like meteors in the atmosphere right now. They're going down by their own velocity, right? They're getting burnt. And even a nade, I mean, ready to follow up that molly if they step forward, and just complete ramp dominance. Arcade pops up as well, and it's just a double setup. The two-man wrecking crew in middle, and even now, back of the box, Jason again contact walking up, and Seb is just not letting any of that happen, peeping the one player to get any sort of space. But this fast pace is just not working.
Some of these rounds you just wish you had a Molotov to clear out some angles, help you out with the executes here. Off angles help, but they have the firepower to get it down range, but no. It's gonna be Wolf just to put it to rest here. Find themselves on double digits. And lock themselves in what feels like that their lower bracket campaign continuing.
I think it's just a culmination of frustrations. And it's together with like all 5 players on this team. There's not like one player is split up from the rest. Like look at this. It's force buying to oblivion here for Fluffy Aimers.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right here. It's just kind of a burning out here of this tough series for them. I mean, obviously had to fight so hard, dig so deep for that Inferno victory. You think about how things closed out their deal with the massive 1v3 clutch to finish the job. Well, you hop into this next map and you're just out of gas. And the third here.
And Dia 0 and 11, sacrifice a single kill. And the one round Fluffy Aimers won was just a 2v4. Like a 2v4 with raw individual ability. There's just been... The game plan has just been very empty here on this map. Off and forward, Arcade. Handling them. Oh my goodness. Arcade just destroys 3 players on ramp. Not a chance. Dia will end this half with 0 kills and 12 deaths. It is devastation in the server. 11-1. Well, we're back in, but maybe for not much longer. Fluffy AIMERS, I think just an empty T-side is the way to phrase it. I mean, halfway through, it was just desperation force buys into oblivion. Now it's 11-1. Unjustified just simply looked more composed here.
So they're all burnt up here. Burnt out. A playoff sets the position that they find themselves in. Sacrifice going to be the first one to meet him. Oh, a deagle. That is a real sign of the times right now, man. Yeah, right. What is the breakdown here? What is going on?
I don't know, Cold. It's
what
playoffs
in between these maps.
I just don't know. Like, there was a timeout called at the very start of this from Fluffy AIMERS. Like, it was like these Wolfie rounds early on in this game where he was just destroying them with the MP9. They were all lining up for him. Like, this is a playoff game. The winner of this game, you know, not just like a step closer to Pro League. Don't get me wrong. That's an extra $1,500 in prize pool as well. Like, this is... And the wheels come off. Look at this. Waltzing through this pistol. Again, it's just utter destruction on the site, and it's just that armorless deagle. Pistol round deagle here for Sacrifice. And it's just, again, the look of resignation here.
Well, at least the deagle gets a kill. I thought it was a little bit troll, but it's the only one able to offer up any sort of resistance. And again, Arcade just gonna give it one last salt into the wound right there. Just a little peppering on in.
You know, I will say, you know, this kind of squad, Learsy and Jason have kind of been a long-standing duo. They've had really strong teams in the past, but at least from what I've heard, there have definitely been issues. For sure, when it comes to comms and communication. Like, they played on Eros, if you remember that way back. It was like Umar with Korn, I believe. I don't remember the full lineup. Shutout and Omniscient were the other two. Point. Say again?
Cryptic was in there at one point.
Yes. Like, they were one of the strongest Inferno teams in, you know, NA. Remember back then. This is like maybe a year ago.
Right.
But again, when it came down to big games, sometimes the wheels would just come off for that team. And I think we're seeing it yet again.
Ooh, need stack. That was avoided. Keep being able to clear that on out there.
I mean,
see what they can do.
Funny stuff going down towards ramp, but it's just... It's more just showing so much presence, like so much information here for Unjustified. Lake should just get out of dodge as fast as humanly possible. Don't even take the fight, just get up the ladder and leave. Yeah, and there you go, 1 kill. He's bouncing out of there. Peeping in trouble inside of spawn, down to 24. A MAC-10 just ready to burst forth and drop him with just a couple bullets. And a B site ready to be taken through. Oh, but he does hit a deagle headshot, but around the map there. Arcade hits the jump, and Dia running out of ammunition. But there is some help, support from Sacrifice coming through on the long flank, but planted against him. Dia charges forward, though, beats Arcade, and then, well, that little thing, that's his first 2 kills of the map. And is there anything left?
We'll see. Oh, like just a huge panic right there. I thought that they were actually going to go in towards A, which just would have made so much more sense. But they instead routed in towards that B side. And then they have to deal with the flank that they knew was rolling on out there because of all the pressure that was being applied from Lake. And it is fumbled by Unjustified. Their easiest chance to close right there. Slips between their fingers, and now they have to play on for a little while longer.
And okay. It's more or less of a gun round waiting room. You'd have to think, unless Jason can't handle the Glocks. To make matters worse here for Fluffy Aim. Oh no. Alright. Glocks, guys. We're losing to Glocks.
Armor for Arcade.
I guess, but down to 17 doesn't really feel like you're armored, and Peeping still showing some sharp aim despite the terrible situation, and Wolfie now getting knocked down by USPs. Well, okay. No way. This is his weapon of choice. This is his weapon of choice. You cannot end the game like this. He hit a dink with that Glock as well.
Oh my god, it's just not easy. Wolfie's somehow putting on the force field here and avoiding everything. Just no business making that one close, and it comes down to the 1v1 with a headshot as well landed.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine if Peeping doesn't have a head kill out here. This is over. We are watching the end of a game.
And I'm pretty sure Wolfie still had bullets remaining in his MP9. Not a lot. Might have been better than the Glock there at that range. You know, you never know. You know, first 2 bullets out of that gun, double headshot, and, well, the series is over. But again, oh boy, Fluffy AIMERS playing with nothing to lose. And Dia's starting to hit shots.
Looking much more composed here.
Okay.
There, but Lake does equalize. Lake's been so effective both sides of the half here on that A side.
Sacrifice still playing out towards the sandbags, though, if I get that. If the minimap serves right. Where is Sacrifice right now? Yeah, he is over there.
On the money. See, end goal here. Looks like towards that B side is where they're going to head. It's a little bit of a mid-lurk rolling on out here. Dia looking super patient. Meanwhile, how much support, how much help is Leafs going to call for?
Yeah, it's going to pop up on top of the pillar, though, and make it work so far, but swings wide for another. And in the meantime, Wolfie cutting rotations off. Dia's off, in position, deleted. And that should just be the series. Sacrifice far away, without a kit, and paranoid about everything.
Now Wolfie already making the long reposition here. Sacrifice his clutch attempt here. Gonna be made so difficult by this position. 3 players left to try and close things out and move on. Justified forward.
And Sacrifice will charge forward for 1, but an instant trade from Cyrix will solidify a top 6 here for Unjustified. They're looking to continue an excellent regular season into the postseason. They're going to match up versus Nouns.
I mean, again, an exciting victory here. I don't know what happened in that 3rd map right there for Fluffy AIMERS, but they're going to be